Yup. We hear you.
How y'all doing? Welcome back.
How y'all like our commercial?
How you like our little intro? We be like
shout out. Tell us what y'all think.
Let us know. And we have to thank co-host Sandra's brother for his very, very talents for making that commercial. We hope that he watches and he can do another one for us.
He got skills. He has the skills.
Yeah. So he got the skills to pay the bills. So welcome back to our Race and the Racist show.
All things race and politics.
All things race and politics, and anything in between, because we should be liking dropping thing. I mean, we may talk about Dave Chappelle towards the end. Did you get to watch it?
Yes, I did.
So, I got to watch it too. But for in a serious note, welcome back to our channel. If you been to our show before, please like and subscribe on YouTube. And for those on the Facebook page, share our page. Co-host, can you drop the link of this chat into the thing just in case people want to hop on and talk to us?
Okay,
we said last week that we would start putting the link in. If somebody wants to come on live with us, they can. So we'll put that in there. But we are going to go straight into what we have to talk about today. And my co-host has more information than I do, but I am.
But we don't have a lot of information because apparently this was all done on the low.
Under the guise of doing your job. But anyway, people should be very appalled and offended with what's going on here, and it involves the BSO and the Broward Commission. So co-host, take it away. What was going on?
Well, so what had happened was, and actually the co-host is the one that brought this to my attention, and I was kind of like, wait, what happened? I didn't say my name. Sandra Sheffrey, one of the co-hosts of Race and Racist, president of the Democratic Women Club of Greater Broward, but I'm here in my capacity as the co-host of Race and Racist. That's what I'm doing today. All right. So my co-host sent me a screenshot from one of our community leader. I believe May is either in Lauderhill or Lauderdale Lakes. She ran for office.
She's in Lauderhill.
Is in Lauderhill. She ran for office during the last cycle. Didn't win her race, but ran against another brother by the name of Jabbo. But she is for the community. She is for the people, right? And so she posted something yesterday about they're about to build a morgue next to an elementary school in a residential neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale.
What is going on?
And then she was like, well, what the elected officials are doing. And I'm like, yes, what are they doing? Or even the ones that are candidates right now. So I reached out to some of the folks that I know and tried to get some information. Apparently, this was some land that was once owned by the school board. They surplused it, sold it to the county back in 2017. And the plans to build this morgue was actually approved in 2019. And from my understanding, and I could be wrong, and please, if somebody knows better, correct me.
Okay.
The county commission agreed to do this, right? And just so you know, two of the people that are running for the District 20 seat are on Broward County's commission. So seems like they may have had some involvement and voted for this and thought this was a good idea. Again, I don't know. This is what we're, from the time we found out last night up to right now, that's about information that we were able to receive. Now, if anybody that's from Barbara Sharif's camp and Dale Holden's camp can call and let us know, or hop on and tell us and be like, no, our commissioners had nothing to do with this, we would appreciate it. But as it seemed right now to us, to me at least, is that they voted and thought it was a good idea to do this. And I'm like, how you figure? We'll get into that a little bit more.
And let's be clear, people, for those that don't know, voting when you're a commissioner is public record. So anybody in the audience, anyone who would like to get that information and see how those commissioners voted on that item, you can get that information. That is public record and it's to you.
It's a matter of figuring out what meeting that was that they actually raised that issue, right, in order for them to find it.
Exactly.
And they're supposed to always have minutes of the meetings, because I think there was another person who I know who tried to reach out to. Let me get the person's title right. I'm not going to say the person's name, but I will say the title. And then folks let's see. They reached out to the county administrator to try to get some additional information. And, you know, we wait is where we at.
You know what really, and if what is going on is true, what really irritates me is the fact that these elected officials who were voted in by the people to represent the people don't even acknowledge the people. I don't know anyone in any neighborhood would be okay with a morgue or you know, what is it called? Because this is between BSO and the Broward Commission, right? I don't know any neighborhood or any resident for that matter would be okay with a morgue being built next to a school and a whole residential area.
So, like, but apparently, so the word is that that they that their understanding was that the people wanted it. Mm-hmm. And they also sent someone out to go in and provide knowledge to the community about what it's about. You know, they always say, "Oh, it's going to bring jobs. It's going to do this. It's going to do that." But let me say something. It ain't bringing that many jobs. And then what's going to happen in return in the trauma that it's going to cause to that particular community? Well, I don't know if them jobs are worth it, right? But it's not as many jobs as people think. But apparently, there's also like a presentation of it. And what I think we're going to end up having to do, as soon as we get some additional information, we're going to come back on live. I'm going to try to get a copy of the video that they use to show people, to convince them that this was a good idea. And then, but the thing about it is, we don't think a lot of people saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they really surveyed the community to see if this is something they wanted.
Based on some of these leaders here based on some of these activists and leaders in the community, they had no idea.
Nope.
And these will be
elected
the main
officials. There's some elected officials that had no idea that this was happening. And they represent that district.
And I know for a fact there are elected officials that had no idea. And another thing is, how is it that they made this decision and no one talked to the school board about it? I'm confused.
I heard that they spoke to the principal of the school next door.
I'm sorry. The principal of the school next door has no say.
The principal of the school where they're supposed to build a site. That's what I heard. But I was like, the principal. If they thought it was important to speak to the principal, I think that meant that you should have been talking to the school board too, or at least the superintendent or somebody else.
I know for a fact that several school board members had no idea this was going on. None. They had not a clue. And I just want to understand, and if anybody's out there and you know what's going on, I want to understand how, first of all, I'd like to know which people they spoke to, what part of the community did they speak to, and how many did they speak to, okay? Because sometimes 5 or 6 constitute, I spoke to the community. That's how they be rolling sometimes. That's one thing. Number 2, how is it that it's just not you? There should be so many organizations and entities part of this conversation. I'm confused how the school board wasn't aware. Allegedly, maybe some school board members know, but the ones that I spoke to had no clue.
And I think the one whose district it's in wasn't aware.
I don't think that person was aware. I just don't. And what I guess my irritation is the fact that these people have the mitigated gall to do something like that and not have a town hall meeting, a real, comprehensive.
Well, if they bought it if they agreed to do this in 2019, remember we were in a pandemic in 2020, so I suspect they could have tried to have this meeting via Zoom or something like that.
But usually before you agree to it or vote on it, there should be some public input. Mm-hmm. So
I think that's why they had the person go and do the outreach. That was to get the public input.
But who you outreach to? Who you outreach to?
And so there's going to be something called a delegation happening on November the 4th, 2021. Mind you, that's after the primaries. So I don't know who scheduled that. I'm just saying, I don't know who scheduled that. But it was because a community person was like, they did an op-ed and they reached out and it's like, we don't agree with this. So because they said that, then they got to at least, listen to what the people have to say. So they schedule this delegation type hearing that's going to take place.
Did Sheriff Tony go out and talk?
It's on November the 4th, 2021. Broward County Commission. They're going to have a delegation on that day. And again, it's after the primaries.
But this is like after the fact now. This is like after the fact. Like, I mean,
whenever, if there's any way to stop it, then we're going to say it's not after the fact because it needs to be stopped, right? So when we talk about after the fact, if one of the two commissioners
but didn't you say they voted
that may have voted for this is the one who ends up being, that comes out of the primaries, and they're going to possibly win the District 20 seat, I got a problem if they didn't think that this was bad for the people of that area.
But didn't you just say that they voted for it in 2019?
That's my understanding, but maybe those two commissioners didn't vote, but we need them or somebody from their office to tell us. I did reach out to one of them, not both. I reached out to one whose number I have, and the other one, I don't have that person's number. I guess I could message them or something, but
my major disgust is the fact that out of all this whole situation is the fact that the community was left out. And I don't, this so-called
their version of the story is that the community was not left out.
But if you look at social media and or listen to some of the community leaders there or whatever, they had no idea this was going on. None.
People big mad.
You're talking about people who are in the know, like people like Mae Smith, who ran for office in that city. Mm-hmm. Okay. She is always in the know. She's always out there volunteering. Okay. Mm-hmm. She had no clue.
Nope.
So I'm just saying. What we doing, Sheriff Tony? Barbara Sharif, Dale Honus. Who else is on that board, on that commission?
Those are the two that we know. I don't know the other folks.
I think there's like a Geller, Udane, all them bunch of people. What y'all doing? Y'all putting
okay. Who said this? And especially Sheriff Tony. I'm like, bruh, like for real.
You just got here.
And it's all on him. Like he can't say he don't know nothing about this because, bro, that's part of the sheriff's office responsibility. So you agree to this, and it's not like there are not other places in the county where they can build this. You don't have to put in a residential neighborhood next to a school, next to people's houses. And
why?
We read an article that said that there's a possibility that place is gonna be like 14,000 bodies that's gonna go through that morgue yearly.
Why, Sheriff Tony? Why?
Why that?
Why that location? You couldn't find no warehouse.
Where people live and kids go to school and they got to walk past it every day.
Why? Just answer the question. Why? Make me understand.
Sounds like you don't care about the people. At least in that neighborhood.
I'd like to know if they could build someplace in Pembroke Pines or Miramar, would that fly over?
Listen, I live in Miramar. They've been trying to build a Walmart on Miramar Parkway since I moved here in 2001. And that Walmart still hasn't been built, but I heard that they finally approved plans to do it. But I've been here 20 years and they've been trying to build that Walmart for 20 years and they have not been able to pull that off. But like I said, they may be doing it now, but look how long that took. And you're going to tell me from 2019 to now, y'all about to build a whole morgue in the middle of a residential neighborhood next to a school?
Mr. Johnson said he's not the only one. Well, who else, Mr. Johnson?
Who else is it? We're calling names. Ain't got no problem doing that. Tell us who else.
This is crazy. I don't know if you can see it, Mr. Johnson, but in the chat, we put down where you can come up on here if you would like to. But if not, please drop in the chat who we talking about, because I need answers. Who else? Why Sheriff Tony? Why Mr. Holness and Commissioner Holness and Commissioner Sharif? I mean, what's going on, Commissioner Udane? What's going on? Why? Who said who? I mean, y'all thought that was okay? Y'all was okay with that? In a whole residential area next to a school?
Mm-hmm.
There's no warehouses nowhere in Broward County that y'all could build that? I just, make it make sense. Why?
It's a problem. This is a problem.
It's disappointing at best. Oh, Bertha Henry. Oh, let me put this on here, honey, because I don't know who these people is. But Mr. Johnson said Bertha Henry, Dale Honus, consultant Yvonne Golf. Well, these people that were named, Bertha Henry, Commissioner Holness, and consultant Yvonne Golf. Can y'all tell me why y'all thought it was okay to put a morgue next to a school in a whole residential area for BSO. Sheriff Tony, I need answers. I need y'all to make that make sense to me, because I'm confused. I don't know how that's okay. And you have people out there who are no one knows that this was going on. No one. And I say no one because the little bit of people y'all scraped up together to give a presentation to.
Sound like they were allies already. Sound like they was down with the plan already.
To me,
yes,
that doesn't constitute the community.
So I believe Bertha Henry is the county administrator. And her husband is in media. I believe he's the gentleman that owns the West Side Gazette. So that would have been a way to let the Black people in the neighborhood know. Or if not, that would have been a way to inform the community, because I think that's a community paper. If they wanted to let the folks know, they could have put it in there.
Mr. Johnson said we're still collecting information. The community is very upset.
The community's upset. The community's upset.
You know, two and three people don't constitute the community.
Yeah, they could have found ways to. If they were real sure that the community was going to support this, there were ways that they could have made that information more public and more accessible to the people. And the fact that so many people don't know about this, meaning that seems very deliberate and intentional, allegedly, I think.
To me, it just comes off extremely disingenuous. Mm-hmm. It really does. It comes off extremely disingenuous. It doesn't seem as if the community was considered. I mean, really considered. Because I
believe Percy saying, sorry. Well, the consultant Yvonne Goff that Percy says is also part of. That's the person that they hired to do community outreach to inform the people of that. And I believe she is from Miramar, right? Or like she was elected official in Miramar previously. So that's not even a neighborhood that she knows. And I think, you can know Broward. I can't even say I know a whole lot of parts of Broward. And I've lived in Broward County like over 20 years, and I still don't know all of the places in Broward really well. So, I think if they really wanted the people in that area to know, they could have gotten somebody from that area to really do the outreach, and not someone that lives in a different part of the city.
Ms. Golf, you are being called to the carpet, sis, because I need to find out who you spoke to. Who in the community
who did you outreach? Who did you reach?
What outreach you did, sis?
Who did you reach when you did the outreach?
Who did you reach out to? Who did you speak to?
We just want to know.
We just trying to figure out what's going on. That's all. We
said people are very upset. We can't even canvass without people confronting us about the issue. Oh, it's that big, right? Okay.
I just posted the link again, Mr. Johnson, if you'd like to jump on, but if not, but yes, I can see why the community would be very upset. Mm-hmm. What community what residential area would be okay with the morgue next to a school.
Next to a school, and then just the traffic. It's so many things wrong with that, right? You're gonna have traffic all day because people die all times of the day, the morning, the night. So you're gonna have traffic, depending on, because believe it or not, I actually worked at the Miami-Dade County Medical Examiner's office before I went to college, right? So I'm familiar with, like a county morgue. People come in all times of the day, the night, different types of conditions, and they also store bodies. And if they can't find someone to come and collect the body, they're stored there. If they're trying to identify who the person is, they're going to be in the morgue until they can identify who that individual is. Of course, when I did this was many years ago, and so DNA wasn't as advanced as it is right now, because we have a lot of data collection on DNA, so it'd probably be easier to identify a person now than it would have been when I did this, about 30 years ago. But the reality is that you're gonna have it's gonna be a high traffic area. You're gonna have a lot of people that's not from the neighborhood coming in and out all the time. Law enforcement, ambulance, bringing bodies and that type of thing. Police officers there. That is not. I think that interferes with those people's right to quiet and enjoyment, and they should be heard on whether or not this is something they want. And even when they talk about all the jobs and stuff like that, most likely, and I'm not judging the people in the neighborhood. That's not what I'm saying. But oftentimes, it really doesn't. They don't hire people from the community, because believe it or not, the people from the people that voted for this are not from that community.
How you doing, ladies?
How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Tell us,
all right.
Tell us what's happening, brother. We mad.
So we had a community meeting. We had a community meeting a week ago at the Lauderdale Manors Homeowners Association. And it was a jam-packed meeting, and we had the proper protocols for COVID and everything. And it was the first time that Lauderdale Manors had heard anything about a morgue. And supposedly, the county has been working on this since 2017 when they purchased the property from the Broward County School Board. And City of Fort Lauderdale knew nothing about what was going on, and they were not briefed. We called them as well, and they sent someone out to the meeting to clear the air for themselves.
They didn't know,
and,
like the mayor of Fort Lauderdale.
No, we found out that that they have been looking. They've been looking to move the morgue, as it is really, for over 25 years. And this property that they're moving on had been previously empty and not occupied before they built the Rock Island Elementary School and Arthur Ashe. It had been vacant since I was a kid. And so evidently something transpired, and they got some approval and from some neighborhoods, and they were supposed to communicate with 10 neighborhoods that are affected, and they never did. They sent emails and called 5 of the neighborhoods, but the other 5 was never informed. And so we're just finding out about it, and it's an uproar. We're just finding about it, and this is an uproar because, we should be informed. You know, they had ample time to send letters. We see that you can send literature that you want us to elect you, but you know, you can't send us the literature to say, hey, we're thinking of putting a morgue in your backyard. And people are not happy. I cannot even make calls for this upcoming election without someone getting on the phone with me and telling me about this morgue and how dare they. This is the same community that has suffered from the Superfund, the dump that was on 31st Avenue. That dump is the reason why people have breast cancer, throat cancer, esophagus cancer, and stomach cancer. I can't tell you the many African Americans in our community that have passed on, and their children are affected by it today because of the waste that came from the Superfund. All right. And all they had to do was communicate with the communities. Okay. Like I said, you know, there are a lot of leaders there. You know, you have Facebook, you have Zoom, you have all these other things you could have communicated to the community, and you didn't do that. You know, and I put myself out there as a community leader many years ago. So a lot of people know me, and a lot of people know the rest of us. And so you could relate how we feel. You know, I mean, we know Commissioner Holness, we know Bertha Henry. You know, I don't really know the sheriff that much, but I know that I want my community safe. Then I know if he wants to build something, he could have come to the community. He could have sent a letter. And some people feel this may be a done deal. This will not be a done deal.
He posts videos on Facebook of the things he's doing when he honoring folks and giving them promotions and all of that. So this is something he could have made a Facebook video and posted it and let the people know that this is what they were doing. It's just too much way to communicate right now for that to be
on Instagram, he on Facebook, he on Twitter, he on everybody. He always on there all the time. He could have said, hey, this is what we're trying to do. This is where it is. We want to hear from the community. We want to hear from you.
So their story is that the forensic center is going to, they were going to have the high schoolers from Dillard High School come and learn about forensic science. That's their story. They don't gotta do that next door though. But that's the story that they're given. But when we contacted the school board said they knew nothing about it. And if they had known something about it, they probably would have developed a program at Dillard or Borden Anderson or the surrounding high schools for the kids to think about forensic science. They claim that the kids are excited about CSI and stuff like that,
but kids don't get to make grown people decisions, right? That's the first of all, right? Kids don't raise themselves. Parents go to jail for like trying to let kids raise themselves, right? So you can't use the kids as the reason why this is okay, because they don't get to make decisions, right? So that's nonsense right there, period, right? And then but you can still have that program and you can still have it connected to a particular high school without it being next door, considering you have the data to show the danger that it's going to be to that community. So please don't blame it on the children.
Yes. And
this is
and
not
it's
for
not
the children.
It's not on a major
the
other thing is the traffic. You know, the coroner met with one of the communities in September of this year, and he told the community that it will be anywhere between 14 and 16,000 bodies processed at this facility. And that really sent shockwaves into everyone, because you have school buses, you have a nursing program at Arthur Ashe, you know, and you have several schools, and the 19th Street and 21st is just not structured for that kind of traffic. I mean, how is everyone going to enter and exit and everything? And they're going to be bringing bodies back there and dropping them off, and the funeral homes are going to be picking up bodies. The infrastructure is not there. Right, but it's not there. The infrastructure is not there. I mean, you would need to widen the road and a couple of other things, but this will not pass. This will not get passed. No, it's just too many of us. There are there's a lot of smart people in the community. No, this will not pass. No, absolutely not.
All right.
And I'm telling you, you're in for a fight.
So my understanding is that it passed already. So now what can happen is that people are going to be in an uproar, make some noise, and then they're going to have to vote to be like, all right, we're going to put a pause on this. But I think my understanding is that it passed already. Like this was a done deal. So that's my understanding.
This shall not pass.
And now that people know, now they can go and raise. Okay, they're gonna have to undo this.
I know. The one thing I know is that when you do people like this, they don't forget. And the one thing I do know, everyone, is that when people say they will not forget, they will not forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
elections have consequences, and I know your actions have consequences.
Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. They sure do. And I am extremely disappointed in the Sheriff's Department.
By the way, there are other pieces of property. We see that they wouldn't put it on the property that's taken by the swap shop. They want to build apartments on a piece of property at the swap shop. And eventually, the property at the flea market also will be up for grabs. And I think that's 10 acres. So we know that there are other acres in the district as well as in the community. So, you know, they had a plan. They executed it in the darkness, but it's come to the light now. And this will not pass. This will not settle well in the community.
What you do in the dark will come to light. You all can't.
It's coming to the light. It's in the light. It's in the light now.
You can't do stuff like that. You can't do stuff like that. And I need to understand. They need to make me understand why a residential area near a school. We have so much space for you all to do that. Why? Sheriff Tony needs to come to the carpet. Ms. Golf need to come to the carpet. The whole entire Broward Commission. Y'all voted on this. How you gonna do that and not ask the community? The community elected you to.
I mean, for real, ask the community, not ask 5 out of 10, not pick and choose who you want to talk to.
Right.
Not asking somebody that don't know the community to go talk to them. No.
Okay. What we doing?
Right.
Get out of here.
Right.
That's just unacceptable. And that's downright disrespectful.
Right.
So disrespectful.
That's how the community feels. That's how the community was looking for a champion, someone that represents and looks out for the community. You have to understand that this is a community that has been here for years. They've worked, they've built Broward County. Their kids have graduated, they have grandkids and great-grandkids. It's a lot of senior citizens, and this is how you treat them? Absolutely not. Shame on them. Absolutely not. This will not go well. This will not go well. I'm just going to let you know it's not going to go well. People have long memories in the Black community, and this will not go well. We're the most historical part of Broward County, and this will not settle well in the community. Not with the people I've run into.
Right. And I was also told that, you know, another reason why people are so like, what are they doing, is because this was also a community where they had like a place where they would cremate folks, and like ashes used to be flying in the people's houses and stuff like that. And they had complained so much that they finally shut that down. So how could you do this?
You know, that's the other thing that people are very worried about, is their quality of life. Mm-hmm. You know, what, you know, besides the fact of, you know, your property values and who really wants to stay next door to the morgue, but the quality of life. What are you leaving them? And what are you doing? You know, what are you doing?
Awful.
You know, and I already said what I had to say publicly. I have some more to say publicly on Facebook, but I say shame on all of them. You know, and I don't bite my tongue. Very few, I don't bite my tongue, but shame, 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 shame. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ladies, I have to leave you right now. I have a Zoom call, so I got to get on a Zoom. It was very nice. I enjoy your show.
Thank you.
I really enjoy your show. Continue to do what you do, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
No, thank you for coming on and shedding light on that. Thank you so much.
All righty, bye-bye.
Girl.
Yeah, I mean, who does that?
Who does that?
And
sounds like people who don't care to me.
You don't know. This is so upsetting. Hey Tamiko, so it's supposed to be on Northwest 19th Street, near what is it again? Pine? Is it
Rock Island Elementary?
Rock Island Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
In what city is that? Is that Fort Lauderdale? Or is that Plantation?
It's Fort Lauderdale. It's Fort Lauderdale.
In Fort Lauderdale.
It's in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. How do you just you supposed to reach 10 communities and you only reach 5? Like, who's making these? Who is doing that? Like, to me, it's just the level of disrespect for the community. Okay, these are people who've been living in this community for decades, and this is what you do.
Mm-hmm. It's I thought I had the address here.
Abhorrent at best. Abhorrent at best.
God.
Just it's so upsetting to me. It's so upsetting to me. I have goosebumps. I'm so upset. So upsetting to me. You have all these people living in this community, and you don't go out of your way to make it a point to reach out to these people.
Mm-hmm.
Let these people know what's coming into their community. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
Yeah, not caring about the folks is what they're doing here.
Well,
not caring about the people.
Just so for the viewers, just so you know, you are you all have access to their meetings, and you can request to see which commissioners voted on this. This apparently was voted back in 2019, but the discussion started back in 2017. And the fact that we're hearing about it now in 2021 is beyond upsetting.
Yeah, it's on 23rd and 19th Street, like Miss Nikki said. Yeah, no, this is a whole problem, and for elected officials, people of color, to agree to something like this is like, you know, who you represent. You represent everybody, you know, and it, you know, again, like, and I apparently there's a video that I said we're gonna find and probably set up another session in order for us to see like how it is that they promoted this to the community, and it's always misleading. Like we talked about this a few weeks back. Like when I was in high school, they said the lottery was gonna give money to public education. How'd that go? How did that go for public education,
it's
right?
Lies,
like, you know, it's the lies they tell. They tell you anything to get people to be like, get on board. But imagine this. So they didn't even tell everybody this because they knew people weren't going to get on board, right? They knew their lies wasn't even going to be enough to get people to agree to this. That's why they pick and chose who it was they were going to do outreach to and let know that this was going to happen. And the fact of so many people who have like very high profile in Broward County didn't know about this, meaning that I don't know who they was talking to.
And let me tell you,
I said very high profile activists in the community had no idea this was going on. So who y'all talking to?
Good evening.
Hey, May, how you doing?
Come on here, Miss Smith. Miss Smith, we're gonna put because I think you just jumped on. Let us put the link in here so you can come on and speak a little bit about what's going on. I'm gonna drop the link again. But I said it's upsetting, but let me articulate my feelings better. I am hurt by this because I feel like the community is the heart and soul, right? The community people who live there, the residents are the heart and soul of the community. And that's who should be making these decisions. How dare they not even make the effort, a good effort to make sure that they get everyone on board, not even on board, but have a conversation with everyone. Yeah. I am so hurt by this. It's not even funny.
And it's like, it's becoming more and more. Oh, she said she can't come on camera. It's okay.
It's fine.
you can hop on, but we don't have to turn on. You don't have to turn your camera on. You don't have to turn your camera on. We can come on and just do your audio if that works, May. So you don't have to have your camera on. We just kind of want to hear what it is that you have to say. But this is a part that's starting to get to me, and I think people are really getting woke about this. Is that these elected officials, they don't understand. Well, they come to you and get the people to vote for them, right? Everyone votes for them because they can't win just making one person happy or one segment of the population happy or a corporation happy. You elect them for them to do the will of the people. They get these positions and then they go start doing whatever it is that they want to do. And so what we need to do, like for real, is like you can't continue to reelect folks that's gonna take a position and give it to them, and they not do what they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Their jobs cannot be secure like that. You have an opportunity. You're supposed to represent the will of the people, and you get there, and you're just gonna do what it is that you want to do, or that may benefit you. No, this is not okay.
Last week we said that the power is with the people, not the people in power. How dare they make all these back behind the closed doors decision and not include the people they're supposed to be representing? That is upsetting, but it's hurtful because you have people who've been grounded and rooted in this neighborhood, in this community, and you ignore them, you bypass them.
And I believe, and I think they ignore folks because they're taking their vote for granted. That's why people are being ignored, is that they're taking the vote for granted.
Absolutely, they're taking the vote for granted. They don't. To me, that is a show of we don't care. We're gonna do what we want when we want. Y'all don't know what's best for you. We do, so we gonna do us.
And matter of fact, I don't even think they care what's best for nobody, right? Like, at this point, they're like, you're gonna vote for us anyway, no matter how y'all treat us. So no matter how we treat y'all. So why we got to do anything to be okay for you? Right? Because it's to the point where you can't care. You can't care. A community that was already traumatized by that, crematory being in their neighborhood, that ashes was blowing into their house, right? They got problems with the soil. Like if you go and test the soil right now, there's still, toxins in the soil to the point that people are, were getting ill from it, right? But you do this, anyway, and again. Like you continue to treat this neighborhood this way, which when it's time for election, you all up in these people's faces. But this is how you repay them, and you're gonna take it for granted that they're gonna just continue to vote for you again.
You only want to hear from them when it's time for them to vote for you. But when it's time for you to do your actual job, okay, that requires you to make sure you protect and you serve your community. You ain't got time for it. You just gonna do what you want.
And so for them, they may be able to make the argument that they're doing their jobs because sometimes they're competing interests. The county has like 31 different cities, and they may be, doing the job for the other cities. But how do you not care about this particular city and what it represents, right? Because they would. Let me tell you, if they tried to build that where I live, that was going to be a whole problem. Like I said, the people could barely get a Walmart. Built, let alone something like this. So they're taking advantage of certain communities and putting things like that.
They know which
that's not right.
Try to get away with that and whatever, which that within itself is problematic, right? Because if you can pick and choose which neighborhoods you want to do nefarious, because to me that's nefarious, period. Okay, there's nothing good about a morgue being next to a school or in a
residential neighborhood that's gonna have 14 to 16,000 bodies coming in throughout the day because there's high traffic and all kind of problems.
So you basically saying that neighborhood is you don't care about the people. They're not gonna say nothing anyway. We just gonna do what we want. That's what you think about the neighborhood.
We could just dump that in there.
That's how I feel.
And so I did see that. I actually tried to see if there was a lot of coverage, right? I found one article that talked about just one. I found one article that talked about it.
When I saw the post, I tried to look up. You probably saw the one article that I saw.
So I saw one.
I didn't see a commercial about it. I didn't see it on the news. I didn't see it anywhere. And Sheriff Tony be on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter all day, every day, posting every chance he get, and he has not once made a comment about this.
So May said that they're going to be protesting on Friday at 5:30. We just want to know where. Where's the protest, May?
So protest Friday, 5:30.
What's the address?
Please come out and support. May, if you can drop that address to where that will be, we will be. We would love to kind of post.
I'll put my mask on. And come.
I sure will too.
I'll put my mask on and show up.
I'll come over there and put my mask on.
This is crazy.
This is unacceptable. Mm-hmm. Unacceptable. And those elected officials should be shamed.
She put the address up, Neat.
It's on Northwest
Sunrise at 27. So 27, that's over there by the library, like near the African American Library. Is that where that is? Near the African American Research Library?
If you can just confirm that, maybe that we'll think it. Oh, Tamiko said, we're gonna put the address back up. Think about the potential trauma and desensitization around the image's representation of death surrounding children.
It's a whole problem.
It's a whole problem. It's a whole problem.
Well, she's at north of the library.
Okay, so north of the library, on Northwest 27th and Sunrise, there will be a protest on Friday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. May Smith is asking everyone to come out and support that particular, and this is about the morgue that they're planning on trying to
building in Fort Lauderdale.
Building in Fort Lauderdale. All right. It's just this constant, as Tamiko mentioned, this constant trauma, that it's always triggering for our community, this constant berating of foolery. And it's just hurtful. And the thing is people that look like us that keep doing this to us in our community, people we elect to put into office to represent us, because we know that
represent everybody, but they're not representing us, right? They're making everybody else happy, but not representing us. Even though they wouldn't get their positions unless we assist, we help.
But a key thing that we need to understand that I want to make clear: yes, represent everybody, but as you know, we need Black folks in different spaces to make space for us, to make sure that our culture, our way of life, our experiences are being amplified, right? And so when we put people in positions, not only to serve everybody, but particularly to bring African American issues to the forefront, amplify them so we can make changes, so we can be in a better position. But you come there, we put our trust in you, and you turn around and you don't take us, you take us for granted. That's my problem.
And then you do things that's detrimental to us. That's the thing. That this is absolutely detrimental to the community. This is one thing. So you better off not doing nothing. Like you be like, you know what? Don't look out for me. Because if this is what you call looking out for me, then leave me alone. Let me just be and do me. Okay. Because this right here is absolutely detrimental to the community. So So it's one of those things where, like, yes, we'd like for you to go there and do something to benefit us, right? But if this the type of stuff you're gonna do, just do nothing. Just show up. Don't leave us alone. Don't do this. Because this is detrimental to the community and absolutely unacceptable.
Is beyond unacceptable.
Yeah.
Beyond unacceptable. Beyond unacceptable. And the community will be coming out to protest and I'm gonna put the information all in one thing so everybody can understand, so everybody can see.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely we need to put the pressure on the commissioners. If they in fact did vote for this, the people need to know, and they need to answer this, right? You know, like we always say, we got a question. Where y'all answers at? We need some answers. Dale Holness,
and we called out names, honey. We put names out there.
Where the answers? You need to answer to. You need to answer for this. This is a problem. This is absolutely a problem. Like, how do you think that this is okay? You know, and you know, we had a whole different show in mind today, right? Like we were going to talk about all kind of different stuff because it's a lot. It's always something going on, but because this is such a pressing issue and it's angering so many people in the community, and it again is so detrimental that we're like, no, we needed to dedicate the time, the show to this. So we wanted to bring the awareness. Now we know. So start calling folks, start putting pressure on them, start aggravating them, make them answer the questions. And, you know, maybe they got some good explanation on why they think this is a good idea. If you do, tell us, right? But don't go with the lies, talk about you spoke to people, because there's too many people that didn't know that this was going on for you to legitimately be able to say that you did some outreach, right? And if you did do outreach, it was extremely selective.
Too many well-known people in the community, people who are out there, people that everybody know didn't know.
That are in the know.
Because those are the people you seek out to get the information out to the community. Those people, you didn't even talk to them. You went and found some schmo Joe down the street.
If they even did that, tell us, where's the list of the people that you spoke to?
I'd like to know.
Where's the list?
I want to see who you talked to.
Tell us
who you spoke to that told you putting a morgue next to a school in the middle of
a residential neighborhood was a good idea.
Okay.
That was going to benefit that community, not the people that's building it, not the contractors that's going to make money, because, you know, all they got to do is build it. They make their money and run. Okay, we ain't talking about the contractors because they I'm sure they good with it. We ain't talking about them folks that's going to make money off the project. You know, and not the people that y'all gonna hire. That's most likely gonna come from outside of the neighborhood. We don't want to hear about them people that's gonna get jobs. We want to know the people that's gonna be impacted by this daily, that got to deal with the traffic. Their kids going to school next to a morgue and whatever else going on. Tell us. I need you to give me the list of those people that you spoke to.
That's who I want to know. That's who I'm trying to find out.
Oh! May Smith said Commissioner Holness left a message. There is no list.
How convenient that there's no list. Something so important there should be a paper trail.
I want to know when they voted on this, so we can find out. We can confirm for sure who voted.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know who voted on. I'd like to know when it was voted on, what day the meeting was, so I can go review the meeting. Because newsflash, those meetings are recorded. You have access to it as long as you're a resident in Broward County, and even if you're not a resident, you can go from anywhere and go on their website and get it. I just need to know the date, the month. I will go look for it, and I'd like to see how that was
watching. I mean, I was watching commission meetings in Miami when they was talking about Art Acevedo. So of course I was watching commission meetings in Broward County that's talking about a morgue in the neighborhood.
We were watching the what they call it again. We were watching the sessions when Tallahassee was in session. We watched those things.
SB90, HB1. We were watching those too. So we'll watch it. So we want to see
all day.
And so May says she's requesting the voting. She want to know who voted and how they voted. Let's see. Please find that out before November 2nd. But people are mailing their ballots in already too. So
as
soon as you find out, let us know.
Timing of this, it's just so convenient. The timing and how it's being done.
What's convenient is that delegation happening on November 4th, 2 days after the primary. That's what's convenient. That delegation needed to happen before November the 2nd, so it could be on the record what people think about this. Put it on the record that you actually thought this was a good idea after speaking to the community for real.
Anyway, like I said, Sheriff Tony, commissioners, all commissioners.
No bueno, Sheriff Tony. No bueno.
Ms. Gulf, I guess she's the one that was out there trying to get people to be on board or whatever it was.
Like, I just got hired to do a job. I ain't vote on it. Like, don't put me in it. Ms. Gulf is like, no, put me in this.
well, ma'am, your name was put out there or whatever. You want to come clear out your name, you need to come over.
Yeah, tell us who you spoke to.
You can come and holler at us and let us know how you want to clear your name. But the bottom line is those people need to answer. You need to, you need to make us understand how that decision was an okay decision. Who okayed this?
Yeah, because they about to say, right, the commissioners that might be in the hot seat soon is gonna say it's based on what you told them that they went ahead and voted because they sent you out there to get the pulse of the community. And per your report, the pulse of the community was that they cool with it. So.
Well, and then the other question is that you said that there was a video, so I can't wait to view it. What was the presentation like? Because I get that
presentation.
I need to get that.
It's gonna be the lies they tell.
It's you know, I have a favorite word that I use, but I can't use it on here because I will get banned. But it's the effery for me because it needs to make sense. It just needs to make sense. I cannot fathom that people in the community was like, oh, a morgue with 14 to 16,000 bodies a year? Yeah. Bring it to the school. Bring it in. Kids need to understand that. Bring it in.
Oh, so Ms. May said there's a link. She wants us to you can play this link. She said there's a something from WLRN, I think, which is our PBS station. Mm-hmm. Is right. I think that's our public broadcasting station. They don't want it in Black residents for a lot of their outrage over the new forensic center. So yeah, we'll go ahead and play, and then we're gonna probably wrap up right after this.
Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna download it and send it to myself so I can play it. But okay. I see it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead and
yes.
We can show it to the people. But this is I wonder how long is it, Nikki?
It says it's 7 minutes and 13 seconds.
Okay, well, we might not be able to play it right now.
No, we can play it.
But the link is in the chat for everyone that's watching. They can go ahead and click on the link. May Smith was nice enough to go ahead and put that in the chat. And what we can probably do is maybe edit it and play parts of it. Because this is one of the things that's coming back. We're going to have to talk about this. We're gonna go ahead and participate, or at least I'm gonna make the time to participate in the protest on Friday on Sunrise and Northwest 27th Avenue between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. I'm gonna make sure that's like be there or be square. Like we need to stand up in solidarity with the people on this particular issue because there's so much going on with it. So we're gonna I'm gonna put it in my calendar and make it my business to be there because this is extremely problematic.
It's beyond problematic, and we thank you, May, for
thank you so much for shedding light on this.
Yes, because that's who I saw at first, and I can't tell you how hurt I am by this. I really can't tell you, and I guess it's upsetting to know that people are running for office and have knowledge of this information, and y'all acting like that wasn't something you wanted to talk about. Like that wasn't.
They didn't want to talk about it.
What we had known,
and I suspect that the reason why they don't want to talk about it because it ain't as popular as they're trying to let us have us believe, right? Because if you're talking about stuff for the people, this is something the people want. You think this is one of the things that should be your success story or something great that you did for the community for a lot of which is in District 20. You would talk about this. Right? If you thought this was so beneficial to that particular community, then why you not talking about it? You should talk about this.
And then jobs to the community.
Why wouldn't you talk about it?
Can I tell you that they lucky? Those candidates are lucky we didn't have this information prior to their interviews.
Oh,
lucky.
For real.
They are lucky.
Yeah.
We
interviewed all of them before the CBS article came out on September 22nd. We spoke to all of them before then. Because
they lucky. Yeah. Whoever they got their PR that was keeping it under wraps for that long, you earned your money. But I'm telling you, had we known about this, it'd have been on and popping. When I tell you they lucky, girl. Child, we would have stayed right up on it. You wouldn't have had no space to give us no BS to hold. You sit here and you running for office, and you know
that was not public. Because I mean, even like from what May put out, I think the first thing came out on the 10th, and I believe we interviewed both Barbara and Dale before the 10th. Because Dale was one of the first interviews that we did in August. It was like August 20 something, and I believe Barbara we interviewed on the 8th. So we that information was not public.
There's a word
at least not public for us to be aware of it. You know, and even then it's still imagine this has been going on since 2019. They're making plans, and what we got 2-3 articles at best about it.
At best,
about something that serious. And then in one of the articles, they're referring to the place as state of the arts. So when someone here like, oh, but it's a state of the art facility, they're gonna get focused on the state of the art, not the fact that it's a whole morgue in a residential neighborhood.
The lies. And there's a word that we use in Haiti, a Haitian word that we use. When you come up here, they came up here doing an interview avec Geoshesh and having a whole conversation with us, and you were sitting on that the whole time.
Sitting on that. And the whistleblowers didn't know. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, this is
None of that.
Now we know. And so now we know. So now it's time to do something about it.
You can see my shirt. Look what my shirt says. I rolled my eyes so hard I saw my brain. I'm so annoyed with this foolishness. So annoyed. So people, remember, Friday between 5:30 and 6 p.m. on Northwest 27th and Sunrise
Boulevard.
Sunrise Boulevard, there will be a protest about the morgue that BSO and the Broward County Commission have decided that they want to bring it erect next to a school on Rock Island.
Residential neighborhood. That's an elementary school, mind you.
Near Rock Island Elementary, and in the neighborhood on Northwest 19th Street.
A community that's already been traumatized by like toxic waste and ashes flying into their house because there was a crematory there, all different types of things. And then even with that, there are other locations that are more suitable for this building. That's already zone commercial. Put it over there.
And the only thing I can deduce from all of this is that the price was right. It was the most cost-effective place to put it in the community.
I don't even know if that's it. No, they just wasn't gonna get no pushback. I don't think it was what it costs. I don't think it's the land. I think it was they put it in a community where they did not think they were going to get any pushback from the people. I think that's straight taking advantage. Right. That was straight abuse, taking advantage, figuring that those people don't matter and they ain't gonna say nothing. And we could treat them this way and they still gonna vote for us. That's what that was. I don't even think that was a financial decision. Because what do they care? The money is limitless.
Well, no. I mean, they do care about certain money. If they can get away with doing something for $5,
I don't think this was a financial. It wasn't a financial consideration.
Well, let's
absolutely. Sure we can treat them people any old kind of way. They're gonna vote for us in any way, and so that's why they did that. This wasn't about the money. This was about
they're just trifling. All of them trifling. Yes, I said it. You all are trifling to do that to that community the way that you're doing them. These people have put their blood, sweat, and tears in this community, and this is what you do to them. This is how you.
And this is how they get treated because they're loyal to you. This is how you treat loyalty.
That's what you do with your loyalty.
This is how you treat loyalty.
That's what you do. That's how you treat people, and then you don't have time to come. You don't have time to come and check with them about something so important, but you got time to come in their face when it's time for them to vote.
They're like, we're not asking for permission. We'll ask for forgiveness. That's what that was. They're like, no, we ain't gonna ask for permission. Because what if they say no? We're gonna just do it and ask for forgiveness. That's what they did.
Just gross. You people,
we're not gonna ask for permission. We'll just ask for forgiveness.
That's thuggery. That's thuggery behavior. Y'all out here thugging people and basically shoving things down people's throats and that whatever. That is just abhorrent behavior. Y'all should be shamed. And how dare you disregard the community that way? How dare you?
Who spoke at your church? Wait, what? Wait, somebody spoke at the church? Maybe Tamiko's.
Because she probably saying because they probably spoke to the church people and they were like, giving them that whatever. Maybe that's what she mean.
So since they spoke to the pastors,
listen,
what were the pastors gonna get in return? Because
that's what I'd like to know.
Because I think if the parishioners find out that they pastor was okay with this, to know what? Okay. That's the okay. Because I think you should. If I knew my pastor told him that this is okay, I'd be like, really, pastor?
What are you doing? I have to tell you,
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, sarcasm. I'm glad. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I have to tell you, it's during the reason why we did our show and how we came about our show, I feel like at that time, Black people were at a precipice where we were supposed to seize this moment in terms of trying to do what we need to do to make us a more unified and powerful people in terms of being just getting fair treatment across the board. And you have people who are in our community who are being divisive, just dividing the community. You come in here, you give us one face, and then when you go with the other people, you give them another face, and we trust you. That's the thing. And when you're an elected official, you are a servant. It's not no power where you just go wielding things and be willy-nilly, do what you want. You are a servant. You are serving people. That is your job. Your job is to serve, to make sure your community is safe, to make sure that they have what they need, and you advocate for them. You don't get to come in there and just say, okay, now I have this power that's been bestowed upon me by my constituents, and I'm just going to do whatever I want. That's not how it works. And I'm not saying that there's sometimes we have to make decisions as elected officials that are difficult. I'm not saying that. I know that happens all the time. However, it always and must be the will of the people all the time. Not some of the time, not because they don't know what's better for them. That is not your job. Your job is to serve and put the people first, period. And the fact that they were doing all of this behind closed doors, not telling nobody nothing, or pick and choosing who they want to talk to about it or whatever, is not a servant, is not the heart of a servant. That is simply disingenuous. That is for self, okay? And has nothing to do with the community. And they all should be shamed. Every single last person on that commission seat should be shamed. BSO should be shamed. You just got in here, Sheriff Tony. You claimed that
he was in there at 19 when they made that decision.
What?
He was there in 19 when they decided, when they was moving forward with this.
One of his things that he was walking around saying to myself, oh, I know I'm Black and I'm Black every day and this, that, the other, whatever. Well, sir, this is a Black community that has already been traumatized enough. You are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, video here, commercials over here, all these so-called community things you're doing, and that specific thing you didn't have a conversation about.
You ain't had no time to do a video on that one. And if you have a video on that one, excuse us and direct us to it. Direct us to the video that was produced before today that you were informing people of this morgue in the neighborhood. And again, like if I searched, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm the best researcher out here in these here streets, but if there's something out there, direct us to us and we will show it and be like, yes, they did, and we'll figure out who it reached. And if it's on social media, they do the algorithm and count how many people saw it. You know what I'm saying? So put it out there. Let us know if we're wrong.
We need to be as Black people in the community, we need to be able to hold people accountable and take it and own it and take ownership, right? Because I want somebody, if somebody's gonna call me out, that's fine. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna take ownership. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. I call people out by name because you need to come and you need to explain to us how you thought that this was okay with children. You want babies walking by morgues that have between 14 and 16,000 bodies a year? Is that what we do?
How you gonna sleep at night? People die all day long. Like that neighborhood is gonna be like popping 24/7. We in this,
it's the audacity for me.
That is just crazy.
It's the audacity for me.
People up and down that street all night. That's crazy. That's so damn crazy.
Man, you know what? Let's move on to something else because my head hurt. Because
something else. That was it for today. That was it. That's it. We were talking about that today. I think there was one other point. So there's some things that you like to keep people aware of.
Oh yes.
So tell them about the rent housing.
Yes, there is money.
Oh, they want us to play a portion of the video.
Okay. Let me see if I can do it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and okay, we'll go ahead and play a portion of the video. We'll play the video.
Yeah, hold on. Let me play.
Did you get it?
I'm gonna. Yep, I got it, and I have to key it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so while you key that up, tell them to people like if they can't pay their rent and if they're landlords, tell them about that.
Florida has at least $1.5 billion in rental assistance, and this was given to us through the what the administration created was from the pandemic. So renters as well as landlords alike are able to apply for at least up to 12 months of rental assistance. The website is called www.ourflorida.com. This is currently being run by the Department of Children and Families. Don't let that scare you. You can still go in and apply. I encourage people to do that. There's a lot of people who are suffering in silence or not saying anything or trying to figure out where they're going to do. Please go to this website, www.ourflorida.com, and see if you are eligible or if you can qualify for up to 12 months of rental assistance. As of today, they've only dispersed about 15% of these funds.
Well, it's going up. It's going up. Because remember when you first started, it was like 4% or some crazy number.
It was like 2%.
Okay, yeah. So all right. So I guess our little talking about. I'm not saying we're the reason why it went up 13%, but it's gone up 13%. So let's keep talking about it. Let's keep spreading the word. Go get assistance. It's for landlords and tenants alike. And then my thing, and we're gonna play the video and end on that, and we'll close out with the video. And my thing is like we need somebody to run against Miss Alhardef. that is like what group 4 is that
district? Yeah, she's in district. Yeah, she's in district 4.
District 4 C4. I'm trying to get my co-host to do it, but she out here ain't committing. And somebody needs to go ahead and put their name in there. You know, I don't know how many other ways I could be dropping hints and stuff. You know, do that or countywide, but do something. We need y'all to do something.
We're gonna try to do something. Can y'all see this?
We can see this. We need y'all to do something. So that's my word. That
okay. You know. Loria Haldef is running on the school board. She's running unopposed. So listen,
you can't have that.
And we're losing a school board member who is African American, and there will be no African Americans unless Adderley wins that.
We're gonna the teenager. We're gonna root for the teenager.
We're gonna root for the teenager. So if the teenager wins, then we'll have a little bit of representation. If not, we you know, I'm still considering it. I'm mulling it over, but
It's only 10 months away, girl. You ain't got that kind of time. Hurry up.
True. All right, so I'm gonna play this real quick. All right.
All right. Good night, y'all. We're gonna play this out, then we're gonna do the commercial, and we'll see you guys next week, or maybe sooner after the protest on Friday.
We're funded by members and the Cleveland Orchestra, returning in 2022 with 2 concerts. Tchaikovsky's Powerful Symphony No. 4, January.
Hold on. Let's see.
We need to cue up to that part. See that, we're not that techy. All right.
Anything that's toxic, that they don't want on the other side of town, it always ends up in our communities, historically Black communities.
I am a resident that was not notified that this was coming. This building, all this stuff looks good, but it's in the wrong neighborhood.
See, a lot of people from the neighborhood.
We don't want it.
And I say this is not a facility designed for a neighborhood. It's more so industrial.
That's right.
This is not for that.
That's right. Well, they don't care about it.
Who on the commission would want their families living next to a morgue, a forensic lab / morgue? Nobody. But they think that it's okay for us.
It's after library hours and it's dark out.
All right, thank you. I think that's
the Tyrone Bryant Library.
It may not be the whole 7 minutes. I think it was just that.
Right. So we just a little clip of it, but this is in our it's in our in the chat.
It's in the comments. It's in the comments on Facebook.
On Facebook. Please go listen to it in its entirety. It's 7 minutes long. Friday, we're going to be protesting between 5:30 and 6 p.m. on Northwest 27th and Sunrise. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Totally.
And so we look forward to those who see this video. I've shared this video about 20-something times. I'm hoping people will take a look at it and show up and
thank you, May.
On Friday. And let's help our community. We're in this together, right? Some elected officials may not know that, but they need to understand we in this together. And this is not going to sit well. Elections have consequences. All right.
Elections matters, and people who are not doing their job shouldn't get to keep their job.
They shouldn't get to keep it. And people should not be running unopposed.
Should not be running unopposed.
Absolutely not.
District 4 school board.
Okay.
Needs a candidate.
That's like Coral Springs, Parkland, Margate, I think parts of Tamarack. You know what? I'll get all the cities next week. So anybody from that little area, if you are thinking about it, I'm thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about it.
But we need y'all. We need action. It's 10 months away, so yes. I need to know who's gonna do it in order for me to go canvas and support and make some donations. Okay,
that's right. Yes, I think Tamiko. I think it's parts of Margate. Maybe
go ahead and run, Tamiko. Throw your name in the hat. We'll fundraise for you. I'm serious. I'm serious.
I know you're serious. After watching a couple of school board things or whatever, she don't put fire under me, honey. So you just never know. Maybe next week I might have a announcement to make. All right,
announcement. We ready.
All right, now see y'all next week. We may come a little bit early if we get some more information about this morgue / forensic files, whatever that place is. If we get any more information, we'll post it over here. Next week, look forward to talking to you all about the continuing part of elections. We still have a special election coming up.
People are getting their ballots already in the mail because I got mine already. You should already have received yours. You can send it back. They allow you to track it to make sure it counts. Or if you like me, I'll be like, I gotta go in and just circle in person. I'll be wearing my mask and have my hand sanitizer.
Okay. We might be meeting somebody very special on Saturday. Somebody just texted me about it today about your information. Saturday. And if we do meet with that person, we will have a great report for you on Wednesday. Okay.
Yep. And I'm gonna go try to make it to the Dolphins meeting. I kind of live far from there. Dolphin Democrats have their meeting in person tonight. Nikki Fried is supposed to be there. I'm not there to confirm that, but that's what she's supposed to be.
If she's supposed to be, and you get to talk to her co-host, tell her to come on the show.
And tell her that she needs to go talk about this morgue stuff. She the ag person. She knows what's happening with that soil over there. So
she sure do. All right. So we'll see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Play the commercial. Play the commercial.
Yeah, we're gonna play the commercial. Make sure you continue to wash your hands. Continue to social distance. If you haven't taken the shot already, I hope that you will.
We can't tell you what to do. Just consider it.
I was gonna say that. Just seriously consider taking it. We wish you all well, and we'll see you all next week.